It's even more important that a podcast ad capture them in the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
So what about host read versus produced type ads? What are your thoughts around that for, like, first from the brand side to say, like, is there one that's better than the other?
I would always say that a produced ad is going to do better than a host read ad. Host read ad is cheaper, easier for the product or brand.
Right.
So that's where they're going to go. But if you're going to spend money to get airtime on people's podcasts, you should really think about what you need to spend to either get really good copy written. Maybe you have someone that talks to each host and say, like that would be good to just sort of go, okay, let's just brainstorm for like 10 minutes. I've had actually products do that on podcasts I've worked with, where they're like, hey, the brand wants to just have a conversation with you really quick. And if you could have someone sort of help someone from the brand help the brand understand it, or the podcast understand it, the podcaster, the host, maybe you can get a better ad. And if there's only 3 copy points, please don't let it ramble on longer than 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Because you'll lose your audience. They will skip through that. And if it's a funny ad, or if it's a compelling ad, doesn't have to be funny. It just can be compelling. They're going to listen to it. They're not going to skip through it. On radio, they couldn't skip through. Like that wasn't a possibility. So it's even more important that a podcast ad capture them in the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds, so that they're like, what is this?
Is there room for this pre-produced ad to be done by the hosts and you kind of coaching them through it? As in, you said you had a conversation with the host, you kind of learn how they talk. Is there room for being able to produce something like that from them, from their voices?
Yeah, I think there is. Absolutely. And I've done that where I've done that before. I've even helped people with promos for their shows, and a promo would do the same thing, have to be a compelling story to pull you in. So you're interested in doing that and taking action. So yeah, I definitely think there's room for that. For whether I talk to a podcast host and we just spend a half hour trying to figure out what our best story is that host could tell.